What's going on? Uh, as you can see, we're having a good time. We're having a very good time. What's going on, fellas?
Hey man, how you doing?
Yo,
Ooh, man. If only people could see the behind the scenes that we just went through.
that has to be Patreon. Uh,
Ooh, man. Yo, what's up with baseball, man?
it's been eventful the
Baseball.
past days, huh?
Moves have happened.
Yo, time out, time out. Not just moves, but moves.
Blockbuster moves. Yep.
Blockbuster moves, man. And I'm gonna do a little thing right here because I got
Oh,
Oh,
my
okay.
squad because the evil is back.
yes,
The
sir.
man of baseball has arrived. What's up?
I love it.
Juan
One,
Soto is a New York freaking Yankee. What's good?
I'm
I can't
excited.
wait to see that shuffle in Yankee Stadium. with
I
Vince
cannot
Vaughn.
I cannot wait. The Bronx is gonna be electric, bro.
Now they acquired him through trade, right?
That's correct.
You want to go in detail about the trade, and then I'll ask you another question.
Yeah, man. So they traded 4 pitchers and then basically their platoon slash backup catcher, Higgy. The pitchers they gave up, Michael King was the centerpiece of it. The Yankees eventually got him when they traded for Michael King way back when. It was one of those trades where you just kind of you hope for the best, right? It wasn't like he was a coveted piece or anything like that. They get him in a trade, I believe, with the Marlins. Um, I believe the trade was Garrett Cooper for Michael King at the time. So Yankees get him, convert him into a starter. He was originally a starter, was a reliever, converted him back to a starter towards the end of the year because the Yankees trashed this year. So they just kind of let it rock. He killed it. One of the best starters down the stretch in baseball, period, and became a centerpiece for the Soto deal. The other pieces the Yankees traded were some younger guys who made an impact at the major league level this past season in Vasquez and Brito. Drew Thorpe is a prospect, but one of their top prospects. So we'll see how he pans out. But I think it was a great trade for both sides. But the Yankees got the big fish on the market, man.
And for how many years was it like? When does he become a free agent?
So it's technically he's a rental. So he only has 1 year left on his contract. I assume the contract is going to sit somewhere between 30 and 32, 33 mil for the year. But I don't think the Yankees make this move and not try to re-sign him at the end of the year.
Of course.
Did they come out with the intricacies of the contract? Like, did they show us the details yet, or it's still in the works?
For Soto, nothing yet. Nothing yet for Soto. So it's just his deal is what it is for right now. He's a Scott Boras client, so contract extensions are highly unlikely unless the Yankees throw out a number that just blows him away and is like, yo, let's just sign it.
Yeah.
So it's likely, but he did turn down over 400 million when he was with Washington at the time. So that gives you an idea of what Soto might command on the open market this year or after this year.
Well, I know what he won't be getting.
Yeah. But
Another question, like, do you think the Rangers winning the World Series had anything to do with the Yankees? Because it looks like they're gonna go all in this year. You know,
they
they're going
are.
for Soto for a 1 year rental. So, which leads me to believe that they're gonna try to make more moves. Do you think like the Rangers winning the World Series, and since they went all in and they saw how successful they were with their season, you think that actually kind of gave them more incentive to make this move?
Yeah, I think it was that, and also having the worst season you've ever had in the last 30 years, coupled with I think they actually listened to the fans this year, the
Mhm.
frustration from the fans and things like that. Not so much listen to the fans in terms of go get this player, but more so like the fans are pissed. Like
Yeah.
diehards are pissed. People aren't showing up to games. I mean, the game we went to, people were walking out in the fifth, sixth inning because it was
Yeah.
like, forget it. I'm not going to stick around for this. So I think it's a lot of that. I think Hal Steinbrenner, um, not that he's doing like his dad, because we know George Steinbrenner, oof, heads would have rolled after the type of season the Yankees just had. But I think he's realizing like, all right, yeah, maybe we don't need a $400 million payroll. We don't got to spend money every single year. But when there's an opportunity to get better, we are the New York Yankees. Like the biggest asset the Yankees have is money. So why not pick a year, go all in? Maybe this kind of messes up 25, 26, and 27 and beyond or something like that.
Mhm.
When you have Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole having the best seasons of their career, still in their prime, that championship window, though, can close really quick because you got guys in their 30s now. So why not go all in and see what you got for 24, maybe for 25, and just go for it? And I think that's what we're seeing from the Yankees this year. It reminds me a lot of when they went all in the offseason of 2008, which led to the championship in '09. So
Oh man, I'm already like ecstatic, and I feel really. I'm already happier than I was last year.
yeah, I'm happier than I was last week.
Oh,
It's
crazy.
crazy. It's because you heard all these rumors like, yo, are they gonna get him? They're gonna get him. And I put a stamp on it last week when we recorded. I was like, yo, by Tuesday, it's happening. It happened on Wednesday, but I'm just glad they did it. They rebuilt the outfield. They traded for Verdugo, who's, he's not a game changer, but he's an actual outfielder, which is something the Yankees didn't have last year the moment their outfielders went down. They get Trent Grisham in the Soto deal too, who two-time Gold Glover in center field. So now you have somebody who's a fourth outfielder who's actually good in the outfield and things like that. We're not going to see guys like IKF playing center field or Jake
Oh,
Bauers trying to figure it out in right field. Like you got actual outfielders out there. You got a lefty balance in the lineup. They're going all in, man. I'm excited. Cashman and Steinbrenner get a pardon for me for the year 24, man.
wow.
It's funny because we were killing them, but I
Yeah.
think they're making up for it.
Yeah, I forgive them. I forgive you. Cashman. I'm still coming for your job, but I forgive you for this year.
Hopefully, get into the playoffs and see what we can do there.
Yeah, tomorrow they're meeting with Yamamoto as well, who I think they're gonna lock it down, bro. I don't think
Really?
Steinbrenner is gonna let that man walk out of New York without a deal.
How many years do you think he'll get?
The reports and rumors somewhere between 7 to 10 years.
Wow,
That's
that's exactly what
crazy.
I'm thinking about.
Yeah, and we're talking like money wise, it started at 250. Now people are talking about 300. So we'll see. I mean, I think you have to do it if you're really gonna go all in. You gotta do it because Cole, Yamamoto, Rodon, if he could bounce back, that top three, man.
I mean, so Juan Soto wasn't the only big move that happened this week. Shohei Ohtani
Mm.
signed with the Dodgers recently, and you said you was a little nervous. We were having a conversation. You showed a little bit of nervousness because it's a 7 year, $700 million contract. And I don't know if he's gonna be what is he gonna get, like 20 million the first year or something like that? Like, are they trying to like
Yeah, they haven't let it go yet, the details. Part of it for the people who don't follow the sport the way I do, the nerd side of it. The reason they haven't officially announced it is because the Dodgers need to clear roster spots on their 40-man roster to officially sign Ohtani and I believe it's Joe Kelly. So there's actually like a trade happening between the Yankees and Dodgers where they're just opening roster spots to make it official. But yeah, so he signed 10 years, 700 million, which is insane. First thought is, damn, he's going to get 70 million a year, but there's going to be a lot of deferrals in his contract, meaning the 70 million per year is not actually going to be 70 million. It could be something like 20 or 30, whatever the case may be, whatever they agree to. And part of that is to give the Dodgers flexibility to spend money and continue to build a championship team around Ohtani and Betts and all these other guys. So the actual numbers haven't come out yet, but I'm assuming it's going to land somewhere between 30 and 35 million a year, maybe less. But yeah, he'll still get 700 million at the end of, whatever from the Dodgers, but he's just not getting it the way it's written out. He's not getting 70 million per year.
Do you think, I don't know how that contract is set up, but like, do you think like the pay would be like depending if he plays both pitching and at bats, depending how many appearances he has, that would like equal the amount he'll get paid for the year or something like that? Or he has like incentives, like he'll have to pitch a certain amount of innings or at bats to get his full salary?
Nah, it seems like a pretty straightforward deal. Besides the deferral stuff, it seems like this is what you're gonna get. The 700 million, that's for him. Obviously, he's not pitching in this season because he's going through Tommy John, so he'll be just hitting this year. But I mean, when you look at the deal, 700 million is insane. It's crazy. But the amount of money the Dodgers are gonna bring in because they have Ohtani on their roster, like the Japanese market, the media, the merchandise they're going to sell, the commercials they're going to do with that man's face on it. Like, we're going to see Ohtani get marketed with the Dodgers now. So I love the move.
I'm sorry.
No. I was just going to say, I love the move, not just for the Dodgers, because they got their guy, but also for baseball in general, because now we're going to see Ohtani hit the postseason year after year with a team that has a chance to win a world championship.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you could elaborate, because when the deal happened, you had said that this is awesome for Ohtani. You get more eyes on him now that he's in a big market. But you already elaborated on that, so thank you very much.
You're welcome, bro. Nah, but it's dope because we're used to seeing Ohtani, and there's a lot of hype around him, rightfully so. But once we hit like August, September, that hype kind of dies down because his team is so bad. The Angels have been bad every year he's been around. But now we're seeing a team in the Dodgers. Like, people are going to stay up till 10 o'clock, 10:30 to watch Dodgers games just to see Ohtani play.
Yeah.
They get the opportunity to see this dude play every game. And then in the postseason as well. Like, those ratings are going to shoot up just by that alone. So I'm excited for the game, man.
Yeah.
And given the contract, and him getting all that money, do you think that maybe the Dodgers saw him work out, after the surgery? Like,
it's a possibility.
They paid him to be a pitcher and a hitter. Like, that's what it seems like. Like, not a reliever, a starting pitcher.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I was curious to find out whether or not, like, maybe his procedure went well and his rehab is going very well, because that's a pretty good contract.
Yeah, I think the expectation is he's going to be a starter at least early on in that deal. I mean, I believe he's 30, if I'm not mistaken. So, obviously that contract might look ugly later on, maybe year 7, 8, whatever the case may be. Maybe they transition him to a reliever. But the good thing is, though, is although you're paying him 700 million per year, you're not paying him 70 mil. You could be paying him to be a DH and maybe a closer for 30, 35 million a year, where when you look at the market, reliever goes for 15 to 18 million a year kind of thing. If you're a legit elite closer, and then a hitter can go for another 20 to 25. So, I mean, we'll see. I think the contract, how is it going to age? I'm not sure. It really depends how he bounces back from this Tommy John, but I could see him being a starter for the next, let's say, 3 years, maybe 4 years, and then start transitioning to a reliever at that point.
Wow. That's dope. Now, do you think the Dodgers have the best chance of getting Yamamoto, or do you believe the Yankees have the best shot?
I give the Yankees the edge, not just because I'm a Yankee fan, but I just think financially the Yankees are flexing their muscles this year. Now, the Ohtani contract does give the Dodgers the flexibility to do so. The Mets, Lulu, they're still pretty involved with Yamamoto. So we'll see. It'll be a dogfight between those three teams, unless there's like a mystery team that comes in out of the blue. But Yamamoto seems like the type of dude that wants to play in a big market. He's not shy about it. So I can see those three teams going at it to the very end, and it'll be his preference. I think there'll be no shortage of money for him. So I think it's based on where he actually wants to go.
Bro, do you see a scenario happening? Just bear with me for a minute. I'm going back to Soto. Do you see a scenario happening where next off season somehow
Don't say it.
the Mets
Don't
sign him?
say it.
Yes. Why not? We have
Don't
the richest owner.
dare.
Why not?
Don't you dare try to steal my joy.
That's what the Mets do, okay? That's what
No.
the Mets do.
Listen, it's a possibility. If you would have asked me last year or 2 years ago, where do I think Soto ends up? I would have said the Mets. I've been saying the Mets for the last couple of years. But I did not expect the Yankees to do what they just did. And I don't think Soto leaves the Yankees ever again, bro.
Well, if the Yankees win the World Series the upcoming season, then of course he'll stay.
And this, like, Michael Kay, dude, the announcer for the Yankees and all that stuff, he's out there, like, he was talking about, oh, they're going to have to pay Soto more than Judge. Is Judge going to be okay with that? I'm going to tell you right now, Aaron Judge is cool with it. Because Aaron Judge knows that if Soto's on his squad, even if he makes $10 million more, they have a chance to win a World Series every year.
Yeah.
I don't think Judge, I don't think Cole, I don't think any of those guys are going to care if Soto makes more than them. They're trying to win. Judge especially.
Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah. I don't think he'll have an issue. He might be the one to tell Steinbrenner, like, yo, I don't care how much he makes. Keep him.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes. Don't try to
I'm excited.
Yeah, Lulu. Don't do this.
I'm excited for this season. But well, speaking of, blockbuster moves or whatnot, the Lakers, man, the first ever in-season tournament champions.
Speaking of whatever it takes, bro.
Yes.
I believe if Anthony Davis can play like this throughout the whole season, there's no stopping the Lakers, man. I know injuries have plagued him and everything, and LeBron is still playing. He had a decent game, not a great game. He had a decent game.
Whoa.
He had a double-double.
I'm offending everybody today.
I'll tell you what, though, man. Even if LeBron didn't have like the best game among the Lakers, he carried them throughout this entire tournament.
Oh, like, yes. Did he win MVP?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Listen, man, the thing with LeBron James, and I say this almost like tongue-in-cheek, kind of half joking, but the league should be embarrassed because this dude is nearly 40 years old, and he is still probably, you could argue, the best player in the sport right now.
Yeah.
There is an argument to be made that he is that number one player.
Crazy. That's just insane.
Bro.
How about Giannis, though? How about you put him over Giannis?
Listen, he said there's a conversation. He didn't say
Yeah.
that.
I
Okay.
didn't put a stamp on it like I did the Soto trade. I said
Okay.
you can argue right now that LeBron is the best player in the league right now today.
Yeah.
At 40
Yeah.
years old in his 20th season or 21st season, whatever it is. That's
Yeah, it's kind of like Tom Brady in the NFL when he was playing. He was 40 something, still whooping
still
up.
winning Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
Since-
LeBron James, bro. Like it's rare that we get players like this, and the fact that we get one in two sports,
Mhm.
that's crazy. I don't know.
Right.
We'd have to dig deep, but I can't picture a time frame where we had two athletes this dominant this late in their careers. That's rare, bro.
You're right.
super rare. I I don't want to beat my own drum too much, but I did pick them to win the tournament.
Huh.
Um,
Yeah.
and it was because of this reason. Like LeBron really looked like he wanted this. Like he wanted to be the first player to win this tournament. Like he's always thinking about the history books, like he's really relishing the moments. And I don't want to call out the young athletes, the young players or whatnot, because I'm sure they're trying, but man, it's a little alarming for me to see that. For example, that Pelicans and Lakers game. I don't know if y'all got to see that the Lakers won by like 40 in the semifinals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
LeBron looked like the youngest player there. Like he looked like he had the most energy out of everybody. There is no excuse why the oldest player is looking like Sonic out there and everybody else is looking like, I don't know, whatever the egg guy is. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like they just looking, I don't know, they just look bad. And shout out to Anthony Davis for having a great finals performance. If he plays like that, the Lakers can beat anybody.
The league is in trouble.
Yes.
I want to see that versus Jokic.
Yes. You see, that's now I want to see the rematch.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now
I think we're gonna see it too. I think we're gonna see it.
And that's another thing this in-season tournament is doing. Like it puts other teams on notice. Whoever lost, like literally everybody else was in their house chilling. They had to watch them play.
Yeah.
You think none of them were salty watching that shit? You think they're not gonna take this shit serious next year? Shout out to Adam Silver, man. He did it still. Because I never doubted it, but the way that this tournament was executed was perfect.
It was.
Yeah. I was surprised the Bucks lost to the Pacers.
The Pacers beat the Celtics and the Bucks.
You know what's funny, Cesar? Yeah. The Pacers are that team that we spoke about when this started. That it's a young team, playing with like house money, but they're gonna take this serious.
Mm-hmm.
Strap their boots on and we're gonna win this thing.
And they almost came back and won. To be honest.
So this is the type of stuff that Cesar's talking about. That it's like, people are gonna take this serious. They're gonna take it serious. Next year, we're gonna see a lot more teams like the Pacers who are gonna go all in for this.
Imagine a Pacers and Knicks in the playoffs. It might be exciting to watch.
I got Knicks in 5.
I got Pacers in 4.
The Pacers are deep. They're deep. The Pacers
they're a really good team. They're a good team.
They were undefeated in the NBA Cup until they met the Lakers, but yeah, they're a really good team. And it's true, Roberto, like this is exactly why this tournament was a genius move by Adam Silver. Like teams like the Pacers, young teams, they're putting the rest of the league on notice. Like, we here. you know, and Tyrese Halliburton, man,
Yes,
he might be a future superstar.
he is definitely doing his thing out there. I mean, we're talking about them. We're talking about the Pacers. We're talking about Halliburton. Like we're this is what the in-season tournament did. At no point in me ever podcasting have I spoken about the Indiana Pacers to this day, until today.
Can I ask you guys a question? Seeing as you guys watch a lot of sports, and I do too, but not as much as you guys. You see, this Christmas, NBA is having 5 games, right? And Thanksgiving weekend, it's all football. What do you guys prefer to watch? The 5 games on NBA Christmas or Thanksgiving football?
That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
That's tough. I like both.
Yeah,
Like
I
both?
would probably say maybe the NFL. And
Okay.
the reason for it is not even because of like favoritism between sports. It's just I'm thinking about like me paying attention to the actual game. I think it's easier for me to pay attention in Thanksgiving than in especially now with a kid, paying attention to it during Christmas and things like that. Maybe I'll tune in, maybe not. But the NFL is more likely because I feel like any house you go to in Thanksgiving has the games in the background.
Of course, of course.
No, yeah, and we all come from a Latino family too, so nosotros estamos pasando hambre hasta las 9 de la noche. So there's really nothing else better to do than to watch the NFL games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would actually lean towards the NFL a little bit. There's
Okay.
a lot of things going on in Christmas sometimes that you might forget, like, oh shit, NBA is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about players having to play on those holidays and not get to spend it with their families like everybody else?
I believe they get a paycheck. They got to do what they got to do.
Exactly.
You know.
Respect. That's true. They know what they signed up for. So
Exactly, and they can spend time with the family after the game or they
before, yeah.
Yo, but you know what needs to stop? I'm gonna be real. The broadcasters giving the NFL players this dry ass turkey leg, bro. These dudes just battled out there 60 plus minutes if they go to OT or whatever. And then you're gonna give us some dry ass food?
It just looks weird.
Yo, and then the Packer fans, that's my team, but they have the audacity to complain that Jordan Love didn't get a turkey leg for Thanksgiving after the game that he had. I get it, but it's like I don't want that dry ass turkey leg, bro. After like come on, man.
That shit probably cold as hell too.
He was probably like, nah, don't even pass that to me.
And the thing is, I don't know, man. It's a weird tradition to have, honestly. Like everybody puts their hands on it too. It just looks disgusting.
Yeah.
Doesn't even look like, I don't know. It doesn't look sanitary.
Doesn't look appealing. Doesn't look sanitary.
Nothing.
I get
it looks desperate.
Yeah, like I get it because it's Thanksgiving, whatever is fun. Nah, let's just skip it.
I agree.
I rather they give them like a frozen turkey still wrapped up and be like, yo, here, take it home for your family kind of thing, like being funny. I rather
like a souvenir.
Yeah.
But not something you actually want me to eat and enjoy.
Yeah, nah. Not after I just got killed for 60 minutes and nah. These poor people. And it's probably unseasoned too. That's nasty.
Yeah, it's probably everything but delicious.
I was thinking, we discussed baseball, basketball. I think we need to go now to Mr. Football and have him give us a rundown of what's going on in the NFL, especially with today's games. There were some exciting games today.
Yo, before you start, we could talk about the Jets today. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll start with the Jets. They surprisingly won 30-6. Their defense stepped it up as usual. played a great game. Held the Texas quarterback down to no touchdown, basically. So that's good. Buccaneers beat the Falcons. The Bears actually upset the Lions. The Bengals also upset the Colts with a backup quarterback. The Browns beat the Jaguars, which is with Joe Flacco. Freaking Joe Flacco came out of retirement apparently and winning games again.
Yep.
Saints beat the Panthers. Panthers probably gonna get the number one seed. Number one pick. Jets beat Texans. Ravens beat the Rams in overtime with like a crazy return. Broke a couple tackles and just broke free and scored. The Vikings beat my Raiders 3-0. Like that's crazy. I think the Raiders are the only team not to score this weekend. The 49ers beat the Seahawks. Yeah, I know it's bad. The Bills beat the Chiefs, and then the Broncos beat the Chargers. Surprisingly, the Chargers only scored 7 points, and the Broncos have like gotten a hot streak during the hunt for the playoffs. And the Patriots beat the Steelers, another surprising game of the week. Because the Patriots are like one of the worst teams in the league, and Steelers were actually pretty decent. And tomorrow the Giants are gonna play. That's like against the Packers, which is like what I want to see. Giants are probably gonna lose, but I want to see a good game. And Dolphins and Titans. Dolphins probably gonna win that. So yeah, that's about it.
So is it me or are teams just not afraid of the Chiefs anymore? They have like a little losing streak going on. Like
I think it's one of those things where obviously Mahomes is still great, but I think he's been in the league long enough where teams are no longer fearing him the way
they lack explosiveness.
Yeah, I think a part of me almost feels like maybe they overestimated how good they would be without Tyreek Hill. And I know they had to give him money in order to stay, and they didn't want to do that. But I think they thought we could get rid of this guy and plug and play maybe 2 players and match his production. I think they overthought that too much, and it's coming back to bite.
Tyreek Hill is playing like MVP caliber actually.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins get the number 1 seed if he wins MVP.
And shout out to Stephen A. Tyreek Hill definitely deserves to be in the mix, the MVP.
Definitely.
Like what does a player besides a quarterback have to do to put themselves in the conversation of the MVP conversation of the NFL?
Like what do you every time they touch the ball, basically.
Like what do you gotta do? Like Cooper Kupp won a triple crown a few years ago. And if he had 1 vote of MVP.
You did not hear his name in the conversation, which was crazy.
Who won it? Aaron Rodgers that year? Or something? Or was it Deshaun? I don't remember who won that.
It was probably Aaron Rodgers. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, he deserved it, but I'm just, but still, like Cooper Kupp should have been at least mentioned.
Yeah,
sure.
In the conversation. Like that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Tyreek Hill deserves the MVP right away, but hey man, he has a good case.
He does.
What are you gonna say?
No, that he does. And I think the argument is probably, well, without the quarterback, blah, blah, blah. But, like, you still got to make the play as a receiver. Not every throw is perfect. Not every throw is where you're wide open. You got to make a play, run your route, do your thing. Sometimes you got to break the route because the quarterback is under pressure. I give him credit, man.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like last year since they won the Chiefs, they probably thought that they could run it back. They didn't have to focus on bringing in another receiver. They have Patrick Mahomes. They don't need him. As long as they got Kelsey, they're good. But I don't know, man. Mahomes and the receivers have not been on the same page this year. Like you can tell that they're, Mahomes is throwing it somewhere and the receivers running another route. They have something else in mind. But they need to fix it for sure. I feel like the Chiefs honestly won so many games this year because of their defense, not their offense. But the Bills just scored 20 points. That's all it took for them to beat them today. So you
But
could score 20 points on the Chiefs. You got a good chance of winning.
yeah,
I like to bring up a play. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Asiel.
no, I was gonna say I think they're gonna be a dangerous team if they make it to the playoffs. Though if they make it into the playoffs, I'm sure they can win a couple of games.
Oh
But
no, they
if
might.
they make it, 'cause they might not even make it.
Yeah, I'm
Who
just
they
talking
playing?
crap. They might mess around and go back to the Super Bowl. I mean,
You
Yeah.
never know.
I like
you
to
know,
bring up a play. It was during the Bills and Chiefs game. They were the Bills were up 2017, and this was the Chiefs' last drive, last chance. And I think it was Kelsey had the ball, and then he passed it back to somebody, and they ran it in for the touchdown. Then the touchdown
Oh,
was negated because someone from the offense had a foot over the line or something, or they were set up. They were
offside.
offsides. They were
Yeah, they
offsides.
called it offensive offsides.
That was crazy. It looked like the Chiefs were gonna win it and shit. And yeah, that happened.
yo, Russ be cheating, man.
That's like a toe over the
Russ
line.
be cheating.
But I think it's the refs in every sport, bro. Because umpires this year in the MLB were like, it was about them. The NBA, the same thing. The
Oh,
NFL is that's rigged.
the NBA is terrible.
It is a
We need
tough job.
some.
It's a tough job refereeing and umpiring, but they gotta get it together.
Yeah,
I
it
need
did.
the ref AI to come out or something.
Yeah, like it. I get it. It's you got to make decisions like in a split second based on what you just saw, and hopefully you didn't blink. But there are games, man, and calls that we've seen this year that are just like, yo, chill.
Mm-hmm.
This, all right. Where's the script? Now this is the script theory all over again. You see stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
reminds
don't.
me. What were you gonna say, Lulu?
Uh,
That was yeah.
like I don't because we have instant replay. I kind of want them to get to the point where they could use instant replay to check if they're right or wrong, but they don't want to do that because it's gonna slow the game down and stuff like that.
Yeah. And they only go to instant replay when the coach is challenged or whatever. Well,
Yeah,
the man
I think
challenged.
it's the coaches challenge, and now they extended it to like they do like a self review for every touchdown that's like not obvious.
Yeah.
Make sure it was a touchdown.
I don't mind that. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
but still, man, there's a script.
Mhm.
There's a lot of money involved.
Yeah,
And in order for me to believe that everything is done by the books, I highly doubt it. I feel like there's definitely some interest involved. I don't think it's super script the way, you know,
yeah,
um, we can get crazy with the conspiracies, but they definitely have, they're not perfect. I'll say that. Like, I don't think that we're human after all. So, yeah, man. The Niners keep winning, and the Cowboys right now are winning too. They're beating the Eagles. The Eagles might lose two in a row. Yeah, they're down to 11.
Yeah, the Eagles run defense is like non-existent.
The run
Cowboys
defense.
are just,
I heard shit about their secondary last week. They were talking shit about their secondary.
well, they haven't been playing that good in this game either. CD has been killing them, but the last few games, because that's what the 49ers did to the Eagles. They just ran the ball on them, like, well, tomorrow. That's what the Cowboys kind of been doing. They're running it. Like on 3-1, Dak is just sneaking it. Quarterback rush or whatever.
Who is your MVP right now? And do y'all think Dak has the best cadence in the NFL?
I like his cadence. I know. I learned today that he's a Peyton Manning fan. Like he used to. Like I like Peyton Manning, so he's doing the Omaha, which I
Mm,
heard him doing it. And he's like, Omaha, Omaha. I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. MVP this season. That's a tough one. 'Cause I feel like it changes every week. Some week I feel like it's Deshaun Jackson. Some week I feel it's Jalen Hurts. Some week it's Dak. Like I don't know. I gotta think about that one. to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think it jumps. I think because there are some weeks where you're like you said, like Purdy was getting looks at it. Jalen Hurts is getting looks at it. Lamar Jackson. I don't know that there's at this moment a front runner for
They've
MVP.
had they've had co MVPs before. I think Peyton Manning and McNair, right? Were co MVPs once, like back in the day, 2000 like 3 or 4, something like that. I think it's one of the few times they had a co MVP. So they could probably do that again this year, depending.
I think Brett Favre had a co MVP with somebody, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
You think that'll be a way they might justify Tyreek Hill winning MVP by making him a co MVP?
They don't even have him in the top 3 conversation, top 5.
I'd take it.
That they don't have him even involved.
That's crazy.
Tua at one point.
Yeah, he was in the conversation.
Yeah. Honestly, I would probably give it to Dak right now. I know that he had 3 bad losses. That's why that's people's that's people's their cop out basically.
Yeah.
Cowboys losing those 3 bad games, but I don't think they lost because of Dak. I don't think. I mean, a little bit, but he has some of the blame. But I don't think it warranted him to lose that MVP. Not the way that he's been playing. He has the best TD to interception ratio this year, and this is coming from I think last year he led the league in interceptions, either him or Josh Allen, one of them two.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. He had an amazing offseason, and he came to work, man. And to me, he has the best cadence in the league right now. Here we go.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound like a cop out, but I will give Dak the MVP if they win a couple games in the playoffs. Even though it's a regular season.
Playoffs.
Yeah. At least win a game or two. And then it's like, all right, you're worthy of winning this MVP.
I think Zach Wilson should win the MVP.
We bugging.
After today's game?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If y'all win out, maybe the Jets win out, they could make the playoffs. I don't think they're statistically eliminated yet. Neither are the Giants.
There were 2 teams ahead of the Jets that lost. So I think the Jets are like 1 game out from being in the hunt, which is insane to think about.
So check this out. Brett Favre was a co-MVP with Barry Sanders in 1997.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 legends.
Simpler times when a position player besides a quarterback could be considered MVP.
And he had to be a co-MVP.
Was that the year Barry Sanders rushed for 2,000 yards? Did he rush for 2,000 yards? I don't know.
Let me see. I need to look it up.
I know I used to love Barry Sanders' running style, though. My man used to run a lot. He'll run this way. Oh, there's a wall. Run the other way.
Yep.
And then book it. Mad times they had him in the backfield and he got out of it and scored a touchdown.
You was right, Hasio. He rushed for 2,053 yards in 1997.
Wow. Yeah, I think this only happened like 5 times that a running back has rushed for more than 2,000 yards.
Emmitt Smith did it, right?
I think so. Emmitt Smith, I think Jamal Lewis, Sean Alexander, I think, Barry Sanders, and Chris Johnson. Yeah. Chris Johnson did it in the most craziest way, though. I think that year he had the most scrimmage yards ever. He had like 1,000 receiving yards, I think, too. He bugged out.
He went off.
Yeah, that dude was fast.
I have a prediction for y'all. If the Cowboys win tonight, Dak Prescott's gonna be the number 1 in consideration for MVP. It's gonna be all over the media.
Yeah, and rightfully so. They beat the number 1 seed in the NFC, the Eagles.
Yeah, if they win today, they might. I think they might take first place in the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a big game.
Yeah, yeah.
Still a lot to do, though. A
Well,
lot of games.
yeah. Still like a quarter left. Jalen Hurts to get high. He looks like he's getting a little high right now.
I love his composure, man. Jalen Hurts' his composure.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Easy to get into the near the end zone and rush that joint in, but getting there's the hard part.
All right. Yo, Lulu, anything interesting happen in wrestling this week?
Speaking of the hard part,
Yes. CM Punk is gonna sign with either Raw or SmackDown tomorrow night, Monday night. I'm gonna ask you guys a question.
Lulu, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
What's up with WrestleMania?
Yes, WrestleMania 40. There's nothing confirmed yet. The Royal Rumble is January. We'll know who the number 1 contenders are for women and men Royal Rumble. Now, who do you guys want to see face Roman Reigns at the WrestleMania 40? And is this the WrestleMania that Roman Reigns gets dethroned? And one last thing, how do you feel about this statement that I'm about to make?
Oh,
I feel
say it with your chest.
like Roman Reigns' streak is bigger than the Undertaker streak of 20 before he lost 21 and 1, 21 and 0. I mean, I forgot.
Yeah, I think it's 21 and 0.
Yeah,
Bro, but that streak is like a 20-year streak, bro.
yes,
Yeah.
one match.
It's probably not happening again.
It's one match every year. Roman Reigns has been champion for over 3 years straight.
But he don't be wrestling.
Why you gotta do that, bro? Why you gotta do that?
I honestly think that who's the Intercontinental Champion?
Gunther.
Gunther.
What do you think?
I think his reign is more impressive than the Roman Reigns because he actually be fighting.
Right?
Roman Reigns, he's like, I don't know. He comes and goes.
Who will win in their prime? Roman Reigns or The Undertaker?
Roman Reigns beat The Undertaker.
But he didn't beat him in his prime.
Yeah, he beat him in his prime.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
But not in his prime, Lulu.
You're right. Undertaker wasn't in his prime. You're right. He was an old man.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Who you guys want to see face him? Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Now I want to see him with the Undertaker because you're talking right now.
Especially at WrestleMania.
He has retired, my friend. He has retired. He's somewhere in Death Valley. You know.
Where is Death Valley?
I have no.
I think in Arizona or like out there.
Oh, that's a real place.
It could be Arizona. You're right. Yeah.
I thought they were just talking crap because Death Valley.
Yeah, so little nerd moment, but Death Valley, I think it's called that because it's really hot. Like it's like 120, 140 degrees out there. Like you would die type of stuff.
That they call it
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
People just be living out there though, like
Nah, people can't live out there. I think
Alright,
you just drive through. You drive through from like Las Vegas to Cali real quick or something.
Roberto got the Undertaker. Who do you got, Hasio?
I'll take the Undertaker too, man. I don't even know who Roman Reigns is.
Who do you got, Cesar? And then I'll tell you who I got.
I think it makes the most sense if Cody Rhodes gets another shot at it.
Yes.
And he could finish the story. And I actually, if that happens, I think it makes sense if Cody Rhodes actually wins this time. Their match last year was really good. But if it's not Cody Rhodes, I would like to see him against Randy Orton or somebody like that.
I agree with your first pick. I don't see Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble for the second year straight, though. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I think maybe CM Punk might win the Royal Rumble, challenge Seth Rollins, and somehow Cody ends up on SmackDown. I really don't know how that's gonna work.
The Elimination Chamber match. Let's say if Cody wins that, maybe that would be. Is that what when they win the Elimination Chamber, do they win the title or is it?
I think there have been times where it was just a number one contender match, but I think it's a title match now.
Oh, interesting. So he has to defend it.
He has to defend it, Roman, yeah.
Okay.
Or they could do the Elimination Chamber match to see who would face Roman, like a number one contender, like you just said. But usually it's for the title.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. They have to find a way to make this match marketable, and I think it has to be done in the next two pay-per-views. They got to do something
Yeah,
because right now this dude Cody's beefing with Shinsuke, and to be honest, the only dude that's calling him out is Randy Orton.
that's
Um,
true. And CM Punk kind of called him out Friday, man.
Speaking of which, CM Punk he called out everybody on Friday, right?
Yeah, and
Well,
he even did Seth Rollins. He said that Seth Rollins is not even the man in his own household.
yeah,
Wow.
So, they call Becky Lynch the man.
Lo tigres se
Uh,
pasan.
that was that was actually a pretty good.
That was good, right? Yeah.
That was good.
All
Lou,
right.
were you more of a Trish Stratus fan or Stacy Keibler?
Mm.
Stacey Keebler had the legs. I'll say that much. Let's keep it PG real quick. And I like Trish Stratus' wrestling ability, though. She was a great wrestler.
take
Trish,
Trish Stratus.
Trish or Becky Lynch wrestling ability?
Becky Lynch.
Okay.
Becky Lynch is a great wrestler, great performer. She's done it all. It's not fair though because when Trish was wrestling, they didn't put her in matches like Hell in a Cell or other high quality matches like that. Becky Lynch has experienced those type of matches, usually with facing Charlotte Flair, but
Okay, okay.
Speaking of Flair, what was her injury? Have they said it yet? Because I saw it. It was pretty nasty.
Charlotte has an injury. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think she injured her ankle if I'm not mistaken.
Was
She
it
did.
that?
I think she tried to do like a backflip spot, and she landed pretty hard on her ankle.
You see, injuries happen all the time in wrestling, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, and she's honestly my favorite wrestler right now from the women's right now.
I like Rhea Ripley.
You like Rhea?
Yeah, she's my favorite.
Online is saying it's a knee injury. FYI.
Oh, okay.
You a mommy fan?
I'm telling you, bro. She's one of a kind.
Rhea Ripley or damn, I forgot this girl's name. Rhea Ripley or Sasha Banks?
Rhea Ripley, even though Sasha Banks has also been through it all. Hell in a Cell match. I don't know why Hell in a Cell is the only match I could think of right now. For Hell in a Cell matches, I guess street fight matches. I'm not sure.
Okay, okay.
Is that what's up in boxing? Anything?
Well, Devin Haney went up to 140 pounds and he fought Regis Prograis, who was like, I believe the WBC champion in 140. I don't remember what title he had. But that was a total boxing clinic by Devin Haney. Like, he won every single round. He knocked them down the first round. he just boxed beautifully. He controlled the distance. His footwork was amazing, and Regis really had no answers for him. Like he didn't know what to do. You know, there was a lot of talk, a lot of a lot of shit talking leading up to the fight. I would say Regis probably shit talk 70% and Devin Haney 30%.
Wow.
And yeah, man, he didn't look like he belonged in the ring with Devin Haney. Like, Devin Haney really showed me a lot. He looks bigger at 140. I would like to see him fight Delfimo Lopez. I think Devin Haney versus Delfimo Lopez is the biggest fight that can happen in 140. It would be a undisputed fight, undisputed champion. I think that's the fight that the fans would like to see. Either that or maybe Ryan Garcia, something like that. But Devin Haney's really good, man. Really, really good. Yeah, but that's the only fight that I saw last night. I didn't see any of the preliminaries. I think Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, they're gonna fight this month. They're not gonna fight each other though. Oh. They're gonna fight. Yeah, yeah. I think if they both win, they'll fight each other. That's how they're building up the fight. The thing
makes sense.
Yeah, I think Wilder's fighting Joshua Parker. I have no idea who Anthony Joshua's fighting. Yeah, I didn't want to give you an answer. I don't know who he's going to fight.
That'll be interesting, though, to see them fight.
Yeah, I think the fans will definitely... Oh, his name is Otto Wallen. I think December 23rd. Wow. I think it'll be a good fight, though. Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. It'll be interesting. Both, heavy-handed, skilled. I like that matchup a lot. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Look, what else is in your radar, y'all?
Well, Christmas is coming.
Yes, Christmas.
Yes. Yo, what do y'all think about Christmas music, bro? Like, are y'all fans of it?
Or I'm gonna be real, man. I like Christmas music. I've grown to like it more over the years. But yeah, man, there's some good hits. Some like good recent hits. There's always the old school songs, but some of the recent hits, like Kelly Clarkson and her Christmas album a couple years ago.
It was good?
It was very good.
Really?
Yeah.
I usually just be listening to Last Christmas. Wham.
Ooh.
That's like my go-to. I could listen to that in the summertime. But to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of Christmas music. This past weekend I was listening to merengue, like merengue from the 80s.
Oh, family parties, the house parties.
Now, those are good, bro.
Oh.
There's something about listening to merengue del 80, comiéndote un sancocho.
Oh.
And a couple of drinks on you. It's different. It's a different experience.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Christmas music, Louis?
I'm not a fan. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm the only one that one. I'm not the biggest fan. I dislike every year when Christmas comes and I have to hear Mariah Carey's Christmas song. and it's usually it like booms up to like number one to like every food supermarket or retail stores playing these Christmas songs. So the streaming games, and this is like, oh my gosh. So I've never been a big fan of Christmas songs, but kind of like you says, I like listening to like the Spanish songs that we would listen to during like Christmas season. Like that, I kind of vibe with. It just reminds me of home type of stuff. But
Yeah.
like American music, I'm not a big fan of. I like really don't like it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think it's so. Me personally, I get tired of Christmas music. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It doesn't get me happy. Just
Or
it just
cheerful or joyful.
it
None of
doesn't do,
that.
you know. It just gets
I
me
think
annoyed.
I have like a memory. When I worked at Food Emporium, that's why I mentioned we used to have like a soundtrack. I guess they used to play of like the same 20 songs, right? And when it's holiday season, they just play the holiday soundtrack, and it's just every 15 minutes the same song. Like when it's just like end it, but yeah.
You
So they
know,
traumatized me into not liking it, I guess.
oh, it makes sense. You know what song I don't mind? The Justin Bieber Mistletoe. I don't mind that song. I like that song.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good Christmas song.
I think Eminem should put out a Christmas album.
He put I put Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Because for a while I heard an echo of myself. I'm like, what's happening?
I
He
heard
had an album on Christmas time. It's called Music to Be Murdered By.
That's not Christmas.
It's not Christmas, but it was in December. He put out the part
Isn't
two
that
edition.
Yeah,
right?
that's not Christmas, bro.
That's an
Yo.
Eminem, ain't it?
What happened?
That's an Eminem album, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Speaking of
Right.
Christmas, I was listening to the Eminem diss track on Mariah Carey the other day. Holy crap, bro! He
The
went in.
warning. The warning is called.
Oh my god, he went in.
He went in, bro. He went in.
Lulu, real quick, your Mount Rushmore favorite diss tracks. Go.
Ooh.
All right. Number one, Nail in the Coffin, Eminem.
Okay.
Number two, The Sauce, Eminem.
Okay.
Number three, The Warning, Eminem. And last but not least, number four, Ether, Nas.
Okay.
I like
Solid list.
Yo, if you you could have gone 4 for 4 with Eminem, bro, and I wouldn't.
I know, but I said, let me switch it up.
No.
I got Nas Ether for sure. No Vaseline, Ice Cube.
Yeah.
What's the Tupac one? Hit 'em up? Is it Hit 'em up?
Yeah.
Yo, he went hard.
Yeah.
And
Four.
number 4.
The Warning. The Mariah Carey disc.
Is that his best? Is that Eminem's best?
Nah, Eminem's best is Nail in the Coffin by far.
Nail in the Coffin. That was to who? That was to
Benzino.
Benzino. You 83-year-old fake Pagino. That one.
Actually, that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. I could put that one there.
Some people like The Sauce over Nail in the Coffin, but I'm not one of those people.
Honorable mention: The Takeover. Don't sleep on The Takeover.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Asiel? Put us on.
So yeah, I like Nas Ether. I like Jay-Z's Takeover. Trying to think. I don't know. I was gonna say Pusha T's song to Drake is not bad.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay.
And Drake's response, I guess. Guppy. I liked it. I don't know.
I actually like Back to Back a lot.
Yeah. Oh man, back to back. That was like a time, like a moment in time.
Back to Back was
Yeah.
Back to back. Poor Meek.
I'm on 10%, y'all. Just a little, you know.
Yeah. My Mount Rushmore, real quick. I guess I'll go. Ether has to be on there. I like Takeover too. Dang.
There's some 50 Cent diss songs that I like too, but I don't remember their names right now.
What's the Jadakiss one?
Ooh, against 50 Cent?
Yeah, I'm forgetting the name of that.
Curtis? Was it Curtis?
I
Curtis.
think so.
What are you talking about?
No, it was the one with 50. Yeah,
Okay. I think the name was Curtis, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll have that one up there. And
Wow, this shit. Sorry, Miss Jackson.
wow,
That's the name.
that's a nostalgic memory for me listening to that. I could see myself playing NBA 2K. Weird. The other one I go Lulu's favorite is involves Eminem. It's I believe it's called Nice Guy. Will Smith against Eminem.
Yes, I like Nice Guy. And it wasn't only Eminem. He mentioned Eminem in the song.
Yeah.
Wait, it was Will Smith this song?
Yeah.
You never heard it, Houseo?
I gotta look it up. I don't think so.
Yeah, look it up.
You know,
Yeah,
I was upstairs
heard
listening to Will Smith CD.
He had a diss song and he didn't curse in it, right?
He didn't curse, no.
He didn't curse.
But it was an awesome song.
It was. It's really good, actually. You got bars.
Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah.
Calm down, Willie.
You don't want to go and drop the bomb now, Willie. Oh.
Man.
Yo, I'm at 61%, just to let you know.
I appreciate it, bro. We'll wrap it up in since you said that, we'll wrap up. Nah, we'll wrap up because I don't want Cesar's phone to kick him out.
I mean, I could come back on the laptop, but you know, it's gonna look like I come from the dead.
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
Yes.
Yeah, pero now we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, do it. But before we wrap up, because we're recording this December 10th, December 11th, my kid's birthday. He turned 6. Happy birthday to you, my boy. I love you.
Happy birthday, Jeter.
Yeah, man. 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, them years is flying by, aren't they?
Fly, dude. Fly.
Blessings to him, man.
Yes.
A very bright kid right there, man.
Yeah. Thank you, bros. Appreciate that. Pero this was a good one. I'm sure we're gonna watch this later tomorrow. We're gonna laugh just like we were laughing, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Make a wish, y'all. 11/11.
Take it easy. Take care, y'all. Love y'all.
Love y'all too, and thank y'all everybody that watched this far.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe and like all our stuff. Keep tuning in. Episode 10 in the books, fellas. We did it.
Yeah.
Don't be nasty.
Peace.